I always love to work with my, even, I did set deck
Yes,
before.
I was going to ask you.
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's something that I love, and it's something I'm always very involved in the set deck
Yeah.
part with my set deck. I completely admire and respect what's been to do that job.
Yeah. It's hard. I know. It's
It's really
but we
hard.
work together, we're a
Completely.
couple. We work
Mhm.
together. We have to,
Completely.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was gonna ask, after this show being off for so long, did they give you any like a design roadmap of where, like how to advance these characters in their sets? And I mean, I was just wondering, just because we've come back after so long, did they make that clear, or was that something you needed to discover in the design and the decor?
I think I arrived to the project through Stephen Garrett, that he did is the executive producer of the first one. I worked with him before, like 4 or 5 years ago, in a project called Culprit, and that's why he called me to do this project. And of course, he's part of the creation. It's a kind Stephen for me is, I will say, he's not the writer, of course, but he has a kind of creative side of the whole show
Mm,
because he was in the first one. He thought that I was perfect for this. And it was and for example, the director Georgie Vance Davis, that she's amazing. She arrived at the same time new as me. The whole crew, the whole
oh wow.
creative, like the DOP, the director, me, the designer, we were completely new to the project, but of course we knew the show. And and I think we talk a lot about that, but we always, I can say that we had a kind of freedom, and in
Mm,
a way, there was no any approach that we need to be really faithful with what we did. Of course, we are telling an extension of the story of the narration, but nothing. There wasn't any rules that we couldn't go
no.
through. For example, the director for her was very important, the authenticity of the whole thing, but no, I think the interesting approach was that we wanted to fill the 10 years,
Yeah.
uh, and that's
Yeah.
and that is even in the character, have been 10 years, and you can feel that in the story, and that even make the story even more real.
Yeah.
So that was one on the intentions, but nothing, there wasn't any rules to
Oh,
to
that's good.
hmm.
Except for traveling to like six different countries.
Oh
We're
my
trying
God,
to make
that's
one country look like another, which
all
I
right.
should say I really enjoyed A Gentleman in Moscow. So
Oh, thank
beautiful.
you.
So
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
Wow, those sets are so romantic in a sense and so beautiful. So what a difference to this reality and grittiness
it's
and
it's completely, my agent was saying to me, are you sure that you want to do this one that is so
yeah.
completely another world? And it's really funny because it was Moscow, and we didn't put a foot in Moscow, in Russia, so we design and build and shoot the whole show in Manchester.
Oh
And
wow.
yes, in a studio.
So
And even
what?
we use locations in Bolton, that is a small village close to Manchester. And it was really completely different, because I spent like 1 year of my life in Manchester doing A Gentleman in Moscow.
Oh
That was an amazing experience because we create the whole thing from zero. And
mm,
it was like, as you said, it was like a tale, it was
yeah.
a Bolshevik revolution, but we were not trying to be accurate with the times. We were trying to be accurate with the book. That is amazing.
Mm.
I don't know if you know the book,
I don't know the book.
but
I had only seen the series.
yeah, Amor Tolls did an amazing story and book, and to read the book was like to visualize the whole thing, and it's like a tale. So
Mm.
we wanted to do that, to feel that the people was watching a tale, and with that
Achieve.
cast, that was amazing.
Oh
So we
yeah.
we really have fun, and we really enjoy. I think I can say it's one of my favorite jobs that I've never done.
Yeah. It's so great in our world to be able to do periods and then current day and then sci-fi. Like the things that we get to do are so amazing. So
Thank you.
when you get into this and you're like, oh, we always have to like switch gears, although it's time has passed. Like a lot of time has
Ye-
passed, I'm sure. How much prep time did you have for this show?
So for the night manager, I think one of the things that's why I thought that was right is because I wanted to work again with Stephen as someone that I really admire and I like to be by his side in a way, and that's why. And he said, I think we are going to treat very well the show. So, and we know that with your advantage to have a different. I've been working in UK for the last 15 years, and I know very well what it's to work there. And I've been working in Spain in national project before I went to London, so I know very well Spain. So they wanted to take advantage of my two uh, cultural experience
Right.
in both cultures. So and we started to. So I think I was like between three and a half months doing the prep. But the first part of the project, we were traveling between London, Colombia, and Spain every 2 weeks. So that was
Oh,
insanely
ooh,
complicated, because you were all the time in different zones.
yeah,
So, when I
adjustment.
finished, I felt that I was all there like 10 years.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure. Like, because the time zones really catch up with you, and you're scouting. It's not like, and you're in the van all day. You're looking at pictures. You're going here and there, and it's like, I don't know where I am. I don't know where we are
Yes.
right now.
And even in Colombia, o sea, because the idea for the producer that was very good, it was to try to get more in Europe, in Spain. So
Mm,
they asked me about where do you think we can do Colombia right in Spain? So I said, I think, and I've never put a foot in Colombia, but I thought that would be Barcelona and Canary Islands, because we shoot around like 4 or 5 weeks in Colombia and like 11 weeks or something like that in Spain, and 2 3 weeks in London, the
mm,
first episode.
the first one.
So the even you need to put on top of that in Colombia we shoot in 3 different cities, and Colombia is huge, not so
Yeah,
huge like your country, but it's big.
yeah,
And in Spain we shoot in Barcelona and Tenerife, Canary Islands. So that's mean a lot of travels. No,
yeah.
no, no, and many units too.
Yeah. So Alba Bravo was your main set decorator? Did you have different decorators in different countries?
Yes,
Yeah.
completely. So
Yeah.
in UK, I always work with um, Usal Kaliuku,
Mm,
Smitha. That is she did with me, for example, A Gentleman in Moscow, and she did other project in UK with me. She's amazing. We work together. We really enjoy to work together, and it's funny because she has been working in UK forever, but she's Turkish, so she
mm.
has a kind of Mediterranean approach similar than me.
Yeah.
Um, and that's, I think, maybe we are so connected. We really enjoyed to work together. But the producer didn't wanted to carry any one of the
Yeah.
British unit, because the British unit was really small. We did only like 2 weeks.
Mm.
So and of course I have another Colombian set deck that was Melissa Villegas, and she was amazing in Colombia,
Nice.
and I had in Spain Alba too. Yeah.
So you're coordinating all three decorators then, and you're coordinating art directors and everything while you're traveling and scouting and prepping locations and builds and everything.
Yeah,
So
it was different unit. Yeah.
yeah, it's not, but you had 3.5 months, but did you do Colombia first and then come back to
No, the
Spain?
idea was really good because they decided to do first London. That it
Mhm.
was good, but it's true at the same time was complicated because London was the easier part
Right,
of
right,
the of
right,
the show. The
right,
most difficult one was Spain because we
right.
needed the bigger part in Spain. So So, but the good thing is they decided to do Colombia before Spain, and that for me was very important because it took me the possibility it made me the possibility to understand how was that country, because I
Yeah,
need to replicate that country, and I
yeah,
wanted to do it. I think it's sometimes when you, and I'm sure you are agree with me on this, sometimes when you see another countries on shows or in films, sometimes are treated not really in a respect way, and it's full of, you can see, full of stereotype.
yeah,
So I didn't want that. I hate when I see that. For example, if I see Spain in a British film and I feel
yeah,
that that's not Spain, it's felt awful, you know, no,
yeah.
not really. So that's why for me it was really important to have an experience with a Colombian team, to know the country, to travel through the country, to understand how they are, how they live, and I think that was really, really, really important, because I need to recreate the whole country in
Uh-huh.
Spain. That are two different cultures.
Well, yeah, it's two completely different cultures, which I don't think a lot of people get either. So, I have some set photos here if we want to
Good.
chat about this. I mean, this a build? This is the autopsy place where he sees the body. Is this a build?
This is Syria, and this is done in Tenerife, Canary Island, and is no, it's not a build. It's a location. It's an amazing location that we found in the island in Tenerife. But I built the, I don't know how to say in English, the bed for the dead
The
bodies.
morgue, yeah, the morgue table. Yeah.
Yes, and the walls. For
And the
example, the
walls.
walls,
Yeah.
the tiles. Uh, there is a company in Spain that is really cool called The Wall, that you can design the tile, and they do in plastic.
Oh,
So
these
so
wall, the
all the,
tile's great. The green is so great.
thank you. That is I designed the kind of tiles, and this company did for us to it's plastic, but they do like
Yeah.
a in a, yeah, in a wall, and they put it. The company is called The Wall. They are in Barcelona, and you can put the color, the different textures,
Oh, that's
everything. And
great.
of course, there was a kind of, when we put it, it was too bright, and I asked to our amazing scenic painter to dirt it down, and did a lot of more work to make it look less bright.
Yeah, you
But
you
yes,
must have had a lot of scenic painters on this show.
a lot, and I
Fantastic
love that.
scenic paint. It's fantastic. I mean, the aging on things is great. And then the pristineness, the modern, you really take it from, grittiness to modern in this show too. It's really great. But yeah, this
Thank
morgue,
you.
I was like, is that a set? Look at these walls. How did they find them?
No, no, it's
So
an
great.
abandoned place in the middle of a very desertic Tenerife. Tenerife, I think is, how do you say in English?
Yeah, yeah.
Tenerife is very strange island, because half of the island is like to be in the north, and half of the island is like to be in the desert. So it
No.
was perfect for us.
Oh, that is
Yeah, because for example, in the
variety.
last episode, all the road that we see that is very Colombian are Tenerife, because are really green with the
Oh, the
big
growth.
mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that is Tenerife. And for example, this we did Syria, and it was very. This is one of the last things that we shoot, and it was like a kind of homage, because in these scenes, it's the first time that you put together Olivia Colman, Hugh Laurie, and Tom
Yeah.
Hiddleston, and
Yeah.
that was like a homage to the first season, you know. And it was really funny, because it was for to check that the body of Hugh Laurie was dead.
Yeah.
So it was a strange situation. It was one of the last scenes that we did, so it was a kind of a homage to the series, to the show. That was really nice.
Yeah, is a real jerk.
Monster.
I mean, it's a great character. It's
I
a
love
great,
him.
great character.
Yeah, I love him, and he's as an actor, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as a colleague, he's so, is that
Well,
kind of, I know for my culture being in Spanish, I'm sure that for you too, that kind of British gentleman, but real, you know,
oh yeah.
is you, is it that kind of real gentleman, British
He
gentleman?
he was on Veep when I was there, so that was like probably when he was finishing up the first season of this 2017, 18. And it's amazing to see him go in and out of the accent. That's what I thought was
Yeah,
so, I was
he's
like, wow, that is so cool. Just to be able to do that. And he's such a good actor. So you believe whatever he's in. He's
yeah, and I
such a
love
good actor.
that his accent as a person is amazing. You know, that
Yeah.
British accent, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah.
So
So
this is a location, I'm assuming, but
this is yeah.
is this in Colombia or is this in, I'm going to
This is
ask
the
that every
same.
time.
Is Tenerife? Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love to talk about that.
Yeah.
So this is exactly the same. Tenerife in Spain, Canary Island, and is a small village, very a kind of abandoned, a very how to say modest small village in a very desertic area of the island. So it was perfect to do Syria. So we did the whole street, with signage. For example, I decided to do this graffiti to
Yeah.
create to when they have the conversation. You cannot see a lot in the first episode, but it's there. Sometimes appear on the back,
Yeah.
and is or the scenic painter did it. My art directors created, and I wanted to be a little bit colorful, but at the same time, like sad, and that's how we did it. And in top in this same building, we did the hotel. So we used the
Oh,
same building, like geographically was completely, mm, you know, uh, the same place.
that's a threefer. So you got three
Yeah.
locations out of one.
You
That's a
see,
threefer.
for the schedule,
Yeah.
the assistant art director love you.
Yeah. There you go.
The
Um,
assistant, no, the assistant, or the AD love you, not the
AD,
assistant
yeah,
art director. Sorry.
yeah. The hotel is such a character too. Is
Yeah,
this
that's
is this
it's right.
generated? Is this because I was like, I don't know if this is your drawing or if this is real.
This is a concept.
This is
This
a
is a
concept
concept.
to
This is
bring
a
everything.
concept. I can tell you. It's really funny because I became like an expert in hotel. I did
Right,
a
right,
gentleman. I did a gentleman in Moscow. That the whole thing
right.
is in a hotel, and now I do the night
Yeah,
manager. That is, hotels. So I became the designer of hotels. I don't know why.
right.
So yes, this hotel was very hard to do it because Georgie, the director, wanted to be something very Mediterranean, sleek, elegant, very like Nice, like the French coast,
Oh yeah,
Riviera, and we needed to do it close to Barcelona where we were shooting. So I started to do the location. It was impossible to, and it was very important for the end of the episode, the first episode. So I found, we wanted to be like in a cliff, close to the sea
yeah.
to make it more dramatic. So I found this building that the round top area is digital.
Is
So
did
it's an apartment. It's an apartment. It's an apartment building for
Oh,
to people to go. So it's just that. But I said we couldn't find a proper hotel in that way. I found this building that was really cool, and the place that was located was amazing. And I said, why not do a kind of digital work? I
yeah.
designed it. I designed I put that cupola on the top,
Pretty.
and it felt right for to do. And I put all the tents and all the greenery is digital,
Oh, and all the awnings.
and
The,
the awnings.
the awnings,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry, tents. The awnings. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
nice
So that
it's a nice
to make it look.
markup for the apartments. You should do that.
Yeah. So that's why it was the only way to solve that is because we couldn't find the proper thing that we were thinking to
Mm,
to have that kind of very smart look for the end of the episode. And that's why and of course we add some greenery as well. The greens department did an amazing job.
yeah.
And that's how we did it.
Mm.
So it's a little bit of fake.
it's a lot of work, but it's the vision that you have. Do you know what I mean? Like to be able to sell that, like I can make this, we can make this into the hotel. We can do this. It's like you have to sell it. Make it, you know.
Yes, sometimes producers are like, "Are you sure of that?" I said,
Yeah.
"Yes, yes." So
Yeah.
that's the good
Totally
thing
fine.
about concepts, because you can sell the idea and say, "Okay, that look right. Yeah, let's go to do it."
Yeah.
They told with we told with digital with VFX, visual effects guys, and they said, "Yes, that's no problem. Let's go to do that." And at the end, it was
When
the solution that we found.
when you work, are you a sketcher? Are you digital? Like how you
I'm more
communicate
digital. I
digital?
can sketch. I did fine art, and I can sketch. But it's true that always for me, a sketch is something very personal, and it needs
Mm.
time. So when you
Yeah.
are traveling, when you are doing,
Yeah.
I'm more digital. And normally, I work with a concept artist as well. So
Mhm.
you are in so many different places at the same time that I'm not, I don't have the time to
Yeah.
sit down. I have the time. I like, for example, to work through mood board
Mood
because
boards.
I like to do mood board because it's for me is the way to establish. For example, in this case, it was really important to establish a visual look of the whole series to
Mm-hmm.
understand how was Colombia for everyone, for all my different units. So for me to start conversation, always walk through the mood board that I was doing with my units, with my different units, and they could understand why we're trying to do it. So
Yeah.
sketches are good, but sometimes it's felt to me not enough good to communicate with my team
Yeah.
because it's not about sketches are amazing. I love when someone do it in a amazing way. It's amazing, but it's difficult to communicate to send the message to your team
Yeah.
what you needed in
Yeah.
the look, in the color, and in many other things. So that's why for me mood board are, in my opinion, are more efficient.
Oh, absolutely. Because too, you're communicating through countries and long schedules and I mean, I don't even know if you're shooting out of order probably and the
Yeah,
first episode
completely.
last
It was
and so
completely. We shoot
okay.
this at the end of the shooting, and that is
Yeah.
the first episode.
Yeah.
So,
Got to be on
so
the
it's
same page. Got to be on the same board. Got to be on the
something,
same
and
page.
that's why concepts are so important because, for example, in this one that you are showing,
Yeah.
Roxana for me was like a kind of femme fatale, like
Yeah.
in classic
So
noir
pretty.
film.
Yeah.
So because she's really mysterious and I love the character. She's
Yeah.
so badass. But it's like in that black and white film, like Lauren Bacall, that she's
Hmm.
very mysterious and dark, but at the same time she's seductive. And so for me, Roxy, her character was that. So I wanted to when Pine put her in that kind of small luggage, in the Britco hotel,
Yeah.
I thought, what about if we create that mysterious neon on the
Mm.
door? So we found this location that was close to Paddington in London, and we used that color and that patterns, that something very uh, dodgy in a way. It was
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
kind of small. We did the reception, another hotel, but completely
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
look,
Another hotel.
a specialist. and, but I think the neon for me was very cool to do it
Yeah.
because, and Tin Siedel, the DOP, that I think he's very talented. He did an amazing job. I'm
Yes.
so happy with him because he understood the color. I think he came. I think we have something in common. He did as well fine arts. So
Mm.
I don't know what do you think, but when you find a DOP that understand what you are trying to do, it's
Yeah.
great,
Yeah.
because you are talking the same language, the same code, and
Yeah.
he is really good with color. So he understood perfectly what I was trying to do, and he even, improved what I was doing.
Yeah.
And in
You
this case,
don't
when
want a DP afraid of color or
you
light
know what
or
I
white
mean?
or
No,
anything. You don't want...
thing is, it
Yeah.
was completely different. When I was talking about color with him, well, oh yes, Victor, yeah, let's do the neon thing. Yes, okay. I was talking about thing. What do you think, red or green? No, no, red. Let's go to the red. Red, great. I love red. So it was very easy and very cool. And Georgie was really trust on both each other, and she was always happy with our proposal. The director, that is amazing, very brilliant director. That's why. But for me, was like a way to introduce the character, to create that kind of mysterious, like, to flood the room with
Yeah.
something mysterious and strange, like in Vertigo, for example.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
so
it's
that's
great.
why.
It's good. There's those are good scenes too, because you're like, who is this? Like you're
Yeah.
wondering who this is, and her character development through the series is pretty crazy.
And she's honest or no, she's
Yeah.
she's lying, or she's
Yeah.
honest, or she's amazing.
She's
Camila
so
doing them.
pretty, it's distracting, and you're like,
Oh my God.
oh,
It's
you're
just
so pretty. I just look at those lit, like I'm like, you haven't had anything done? Like just look at her and I'm like, wow, you're like a perfect specimen. You're
she's
beautiful.
stunning.
And a
She's
great
stunning.
actress. Yeah, I remember
Like,
her from
amazing.
Daisy. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that series. I
Yeah.
said, when I knew that she was me, I said, "Oh my God, she's so good.
Yeah.
She's Argentine. I don't know if
Oh,
you know
is
that.
I
She's not
didn't
from
know.
Colombia.
Oh,
She's
wow.
from Argentine. I'm not sure if she live in your country, but I think maybe their parents are Argentine. But she
Maybe.
speak perfectly in an
Oh, that's
Argentine
awesome.
accent.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Um, I also took some photos off of your Instagram because I have to be honest, I saw the pictures on your Instagram and then when I saw the show, this room looks so much bigger on camera. First of all, to me, I was like, "Oh, this behind the scenes picture, it looks smaller than the huge room I thought that they came in." Was the stair am I crazy? Didn't he come down a big staircase and into the room? Is that
Yes.
but is
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
place? Did I miss that?
This is Barcelona. This is
Hmm.
because we were this idea was in the David Farr script, is based in the Bogota Real Museo del Oro, the Golden Museum.
Mm-hmm.
That is a museum that is real,
Is
exists, and it's about all the gold that they found in Colombia. But the museum wasn't enough visual for us, so we decided that we will make it, because it wasn't enough visual to do the introduction of the three amazing characters,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Teddy's, Roxy, and Matthew, in this case, the another identity. And so it needed to be feel very special and very, very elegant and chic. So we were shooting in Barcelona, so we found this building in Barcelona close to the port, and I think it's look bigger because camera did an amazing job.
Yeah, they did a really
It's
amazing job. I thought this was huge for some reason. I
Yeah,
don't know when I watched it, and then when I saw photos, I was like, "Wow, that
it's
was
really funny
great."
because behind you can see in that big wall with the two wall lamp.
Yeah, this
This wall, we built it because behind that wall is a huge model of a boat, because the
oh,
building the building is a building about boat navigation. It's a kind of museum
oh,
of
like a
and
maritime
it
museum. Yeah,
yeah, and it was impossible because it's close to the port. It was impossible to move that boat.
right.
So we cover with that. I designed that wall to cover the boat. So, so
Perfect.
that's
I mean,
why.
those sconces are gorgeous. So, and the way that the
Yeah.
light comes through them is gorgeous. And then you have
And
like a fringe curtains. Is that fringe? No, is that
it was a kind of chain thing that
chain link? Hmm.
Alba, the set deck, find this material that I've never seen. And it's a kind of chain, small chain
Chain.
wall, and it was perfect. I put it on the stair as well, and it was giving such a kind of
Yeah,
clinch,
movement.
to the yeah, yeah.
Beautiful.
And for this, from the beginning, we were thinking to do in Colombia, but we couldn't match with the schedule in Colombia, because I was thinking to use Colombian artists, to do the all the art
Yeah.
pieces. But at the end, I called them, and that's why I call a friend of mine that is very talented, that I love him. It's called Asad Awad. He's a designer, artisan. He has been working for many different things, like dress, and he liked to use leather and many different material. Now he's working a lot with 3D things. So I called him and said, why we are not create together this exhibition. And I gave him the idea that I wanted to have like mask in front of the
Yeah.
actors, because I think it was really, there are even some image that
It's
the DOP
great,
did very well to
great
put
image.
mask in front of the actor.
Yeah.
um and we develop all these pieces. Assad did it very well. This is Assad.
Yeah.
He's a Lebanese guy that lived in Madrid for many years. He have worked for Lady Gaga. He have done many jobs for different Lady Gaga. I think for Beyonce as well. He's amazing. He's very. I can tell that he's a good friend and he's an
It,
amazing
it's a
artist.
lot. It's a lot to ask someone like, we're doing a museum set and we need what, like 10 pieces of art and they all have to have gold in them. Like it's such that's what I was like, oh, they didn't just go rent this art. They made this art. So your Instagram story was very informative, I must say. If anyone's following you, they should
Great,
check it
that is
out
good.
because it's an amazing process to make all of these pieces of artwork. They're beautiful. And
He's
then I
amazing. He's
hope
very
someone took them
talented.
home. I hope someone took them. That's always what I'm
He
like,
did it. He did it. He
okay,
has
okay,
a
good.
very
Okay,
good
good.
studio in Madrid, and he
Oh,
did
good.
it. It was great. You must see. Have a look of his web, of
I
his
will.
Instagram. He's
Yeah.
is is amazing, and is I can say he's a good friend of mine. So I'm very talented.
Okay.
I'm very lucky to have him as a friend, and we really enjoy to work together. It was the first time that we were working together, and that
Oh,
was
that's
great.
great. Did he have a lot of time? Did you know about the prep of this set coming up like
He
a
had
couple?
like he we developed the whole museum like 4 weeks in
Oh,
4 weeks.
that's
Yeah,
good. That's a good amount of
yeah,
time
that was good.
in
It's a
our
good.
world.
Yeah. It
I don't
was
know for
enough,
actual artists, but
and
like
and
in
it
our
was and it was and it was the last bit of the show, and we were like a
oh,
tight budget thing.
of course.
So he did it amazing. He did it
Oh,
amazing
wow.
because no a lot of no bad time, but no big budget, to spend on it. So he did it. He
This
saved me.
You never know. You know what I mean? Art, you gotta make it up. You many time I've done like art things and I'm like, just grab that hair dryer, paint it black and make it like criminal. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, just get trash and make it look like art. I don't know. We've done
Yeah,
that.
it's
Great.
funny. It's funny because there are some pictures. It's some picture that I did. So we
Oh,
put some picture, and I did some picture in Colombia, and we put it there as well.
oh,
So
nice.
we did all the work that Asa did, that he create, and at the same time there was another element that Alba found, and it was a kind of myth. But the most of the bigger pieces are pieces from Assad.
Oh, wow. The great. Oh, that's fantastic. And fantastic for him to be able to produce so quickly on a
He
schedule.
really was the first time that he was in a shooting, so for him was a very nice experience.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now this is you're creating Pine's world and where he is staying. He's a nomad, really. He has no real identity at this point. I don't know. He's just
This point is Matthew Ellis.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is the first episode. It's a hotel. It's a Melia hotel in Barcelona, not in Colombia. But I redecorate the whole thing in the hotel. We took like a whole floor of the hotel
Oh wow.
location, did it, because there was several sequence, and it was impossible the hotel said, okay, but you need to get the whole floor for the shooting. And we did
Yeah,
that, and I took this suite, and I changed, for example, the wall. That wall is a
love that
wallpaper
wall.
that Alba showed me that I will love it. And we create that kind of columns. Do you see the column with the palms?
Oh yeah, here. Yeah.
Yes, that is a build, because
Break
I
it up.
wanted to add a kind of tropical, flavor. And this is no the hotel. It was even the hotel, when you can see the room, say, "Oh, that's great. We love it.
Yeah,
We want to
we
keep
keep
it."
it. Yeah. No, you have this like geometric pattern and then these like palms, so it's and a really like the salmon color bedding is really nice. It's really
Thank
it
you.
breaks it up a little.
Yeah.
How long, well, I guess you're putting in walls and stuff. You didn't have that long like prep and all in there. But there's the whole
No,
floor.
for the hotel we didn't have much. I think we have 1 2 days to do this. Everything
Yeah.
we did it in the workshop that we had in Barcelona, and
Mm.
we prepare everything to put it, and to do it really fast. And I think, I don't know if we have
And then install.
1 2 days before
Yeah.
to shoot, but no more than that.
And then this gorgeous house. I mean, it's
Yes.
such a gorgeous house with an amazing view. It's
Yeah.
is this in Colombia or is this in Barcelona?
This Medellin.
Oh,
In Medellin.
yeah.
If you so one of the things for Teddy House, I think for me when you I it was very clear for me when you do this kind of big villas that
Yeah.
are very wealthy and very. But I wanted to be close to the character. I think Teddy is a very important character in the way that he has that kind of when he was a kid, he was in a convent with such a kind of austeric life, and that's why he's very tortured, and he has this life very like always have been feeling the lack of love, and that's why he hurt himself in that way. So
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to be very austeric and very clinical,
Yeah.
and at the same time for me was I think the attraction between Teddy and Pine is because they are more or less the same side of the coin,
Yeah.
different sides of the coin, but and that's why they felt attractive. And so
Yeah.
that's why for this how I wanted to feel cool and elegant, but at the same time, I wanted to feel like, for example, if you see the other picture, I wanted to use the picture, for example, that you have
Oops.
there is black and white, very yes. Or for example, this is from a Colombian artist that Melissa Villegas, or Cetec, introduced me. That is called Vanessa Gomez, that she's amazing artist doing some kind of with telars, and it's amazing what she do. Even I bought this thing
You
because
did.
I fell in love with it.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yeah, I have it. So and it's amazing what she do. But I wanted to be very minimal in how
Yeah.
I was putting the whole thing. Even the bedroom of Teddy is just like the cross, the
Yes, the
cross
cross. Yeah.
about the bed, and no more than that. The house is amazing, but his life is very clean
Yeah.
and
Very stoic. And there's no,
that's
I mean, it's very tone on tone here, and like it's very clinical, as you said. So
yeah, the
you
life
don't get anything out of his character for this, and you're kind of wondering who he is, and he's not. It's like I went to this person's house once. He had no family photos around, and I was like, "Are you a serial killer? Like, where's all your pictures of your family?" Like, so that to me is always a tell. When there's no
yeah.
family photos, when there's no,
Yeah, nothing personal.
yeah,
Or for example, in the studio, in the first floor, I put it a virgin, a painting of a virgin. To have that presence of the Catholic faith,
yeah,
and for him, it's like it's very torture character in that
yeah,
way. And I think for me, always spaces are telling these things about the character.
yes, absolutely.
That is what we do, don't you
Yeah.
think?
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's something is there or it's not there, it's a choice of
Completely.
ours in making the character's presence in the room. So yeah, and that completely conveys who he is with this. It's like a facade almost. It's like another mask, that you've given him.
Completely.
Yeah.
And I think it was important to explain the attraction than Matthew Ellis and Teddy has,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
more or less they are very tortured character, and they feel really lonely in a way, and that's why they are running and running. But they felt that kind of mirror between each other,
Yeah.
and that's why because the London apartment of Andrew Burr is same character, different identity. It was the same, very minimal,
Yeah.
clean. So that's why I was trying to create that kind of mirror thing.
I think you said it perfectly with loneliness. Like this is loneliness. There's no love, there's no, I don't know, it's just flamboyancy or it's just showing that I can do this now, but there's no personality in this at all. But yeah.
No, really.
Now this is a location, but you did a ton of work to this one.
Oh my God,
Oh my
that
gosh.
was that
You
was when
basically
I arrived.
rebuilt this.
I didn't found this location. This location founded Matthew Patnick, the producer, and Barry Ryan, the in factory producer, and they said we have because they were before I arrived to the project, they spent time traveling through Brazil and Colombia and to try to find this location. So they found it, but they couldn't understand how abandoned it was,
Uh,
how much work to do. When I saw it, I said, yes, it's perfect. But guys, did need a lot of work
it's a
on
lot of
it.
work.
A lot of, look at how was
Look at
that deck.
this. And these
It
pictures
was
are
like,
also on your Instagram. You have a fantastic story also of these showing
thank
before
you.
and after pictures. It's
Yeah.
guys, I
I
mean,
wanted to do
structurally you
it.
did a lot to this.
I wanted to do it because it was if when I arrived, and when Matthew Barry showed me the location, was like, guys, this is a lot of work to do. I love the location. The location was perfect because it was isolated. It's the perfect site. There was a kind of this lake in front that was perfect. It
Yeah.
was fantastic. I was like, guys, you did it really right. But okay, let's going to figure out how to solve that because it was 4 hours from Bogota
Oh, wow.
in a very high temperature. It's an area called Girardot, and my I was so worried about my crew, about the Colombian crew, because we
Yeah.
work in a very high temperature, and it was like we spent like 6 weeks working on the house.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean,
We
that
paint
doesn't
we
even seem
paint
like
the
enough.
whole.
It's
Yeah,
like,
the color of the house, the exterior wasn't like that. I decided to put that yellow,
oh wow.
strong. Yeah, we painted the whole house.
Wow.
We did this is more green. We put much more greenery around. This is greenery that we put. Everything was quite abundant.
Did someone living in here? No. Someone
They were rented the house sometimes, but no, there wasn't no one living there.
huge,
There was
huge
some.
plant. I don't know. Hacienda. I don't know
It's
what to
a, it's a,
call it.
my, that, Diana Trujillo, that was my supervisor and she was in charge of, to create, to help with all the build with, she was amazing, and she did the whole thing in
Oh, it's
Colombia. And
really cool.
she's a designer as well. She's amazing. We really enjoy to work together. She told me that this house normally are coming from that kind of the narco era,
Oh,
where
yeah.
they built all these houses in the 70s and 80s, and because there was so much money to spend, and they were
Right.
creating these big houses. And suddenly, with the things, everything changed because Colombia now is much better than that. And so that's why it was like a kind of no abandoned at all, but no one was taking care of the house
Yeah, no
properly.
upkeep. Yeah, it's huge. It's beautiful structure and
It's
arches, and I'm sure the views are fantastic, but
Wow, the place was stunning,
wow.
stunning. It's really funny because in the lake there was like a small crocodile. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the. It was a. They said it wasn't dangerous, but don't be careful. It's like, oh my god.
Alligators? Were there alligators in there? Crocodiles?
Yeah,
Yeah, small
small
ones.
ones,
Oh,
and it was
Carmen,
something from Colombia. What?
Carmen. There, it begins with a C or something. Cardamom? I don't know. I know what you mean.
In Spanish there was another name, but I forget it. Sorry, but it was like I saw sometimes some of them in the lake, but it was like,
You know, we in California sometimes when we go on location, there's snake wranglers because
uh,
you're out in the woods or whatever. And whenever I see the snake wrangler, I'm like, did you catch any? Like, am I that blind and into my set that I don't know that there's a snake around? Like, that's just not nice. It's unsafe, but
yeah,
I hate that. But yeah,
yeah, I
I'm
had,
sure I'm sure you guys had some
and we create,
elements.
the oni, and even on the back, all the bogambillas that
Oh
we did in
yeah.
that kind of oni as well in the front. Yeah,
I love this
it's the
kitchen. The
no,
choice to
thank
make
you.
this, there's like a build out with arches of like shelving, and the decision to make that green is so beautiful.
Oh,
And
thank you. And we put
beautiful.
all the doors
All the
with this
doors, yeah.
material that Diana found.
Did they
And
keep it? Did they make you paint
I
it
don't.
back?
I did. I didn't. It was really funny because they wanted to keep the color of the house because there was another shooting
Oh,
after us, and it was like Dora Exploradora.
oh, I don't. Dora the Explorer? Is that
Yes,
yes?
yes. So
Wow.
the producer asked to keep the color because they
Nice.
wanted to shoot there, but the producer said no, no, we're not going to do that. So they need to change the whole thing that we did it.
Oh,
Uh
I'm with him. I'm kind of with him. I mean, if
yeah,
the owner
yeah,
wanted to
because
keep it, but like I've had that another company comes in and then you see your drapes in like another show and
that's
it's like, oh, I did that.
yeah, yeah, that's the thing. So it's not. So
Yeah.
the producer said, they asked me. I said, I need to share with the producer. So at the end,
Yeah.
they change it. Yes.
Beautiful kitchen,
And
beautiful layering. I mean, the little, I don't know if they're decals or you painted that, the little watermelons on the wall. It's really
yeah,
sweet.
we painted that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we
great.
I was very lucky. I brought with me Chan Canelo, that is a scenic painter from Spain that for me is one of the best.
Oh,
And he came to Colombia with me, and I took my lead graphic designer as well because I wanted to have some people to have in
yeah.
Colombia to understand how was Colombia to reproduce in
Oh, yeah.
Spain, all the detail because it's so different. So it was, at least for me, I wasn't the only one to know how was Colombia.
Yeah.
So, and Chang, that is the scenic painter, have an amazing Colombian scenic painter like Didier, that he was very talented as well. And we worked together.
Because you can't, I mean, even as a decorator and looking at details, a painter's going to come in with the painter eye and look at that. Graphics person's going to come in with a graphics eye and pick up details that you might not. And as a designer, unfortunately, you're supposed to see it all, but you can't see it all. And that's why you have good people to do that. It's a lot.
Because it's a proper
Oh,
job to do. For
yeah.
example, David Alba, that was my graphic designer. He understood. It was the other day. He's doing as well a lot of work in Instagram. He was describing how was the publicity in Colombia, and they talk a lot about security and about so you see something of that, but you have so many different things to do that you are not
Yeah.
focused on that. For example, they still use alcohol publicity in Colombia, so it's that in Spain, in Europe, you cannot do more that, so there are many details that I think it was important to have these people with me to understand.
Yeah.
I brought,
Absolutely.
like, my standby art director, Mary Burry, and people that to help me to try to create that coherent Colombia in Spain,
Yeah.
and that's why I did it.
It's also too the credit not only you wanting it, but also being allowed to do that, producers understanding our needs and being able to bring these people with us through the journey and why. So I absolutely applaud your producers and UPMs for
I,
allowing
I was really support for the producer, for Stephen, for example. I said,
Yeah.
of course, no, the whole team, but some of the team that I choose, I wanted with me to do that, and to get all the knowledge from the Colombian team, from Diana, from
Yeah.
Melissa, from
Yeah, pull it out.
Didier, to understand how is that world.
Another room that you transformed in this villa, I'm gonna call it, but you did this beautiful like painting mural on the wall of like palm trees and it really made me think of like Colombian like Medellin like type things. Like when I saw I was like, "Oh, it really does look like they would have put that mural on the wall, made it feel like rich." You know what I mean? Like real.
Yeah, the intention creating these murals on the wall is, it was like, because for example, in the first season we see the Mallorca house of Roper,
Mm.
where is
Yeah,
a kind of the kind of houses a British person with a lot of money go to Mallorca and rent his amazing, smart, chic house, and it's his choice. But in this case, for Roper, it wasn't his choice. He was trying to be
right.
hide in an isolated place in a very exotic country. So for me, it was like I always try treat this big villa as a golden cage, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
So
absolutely.
for me was to try to do that, and that's why I decided to do these walls as a mural, like with all this vegetation. Because it was for me is he need to feel like he's in a place that he didn't choose,
Yeah.
but and at the same time is his camouflage in that space. So that's why it was, to try to again, as I said in the Teddy's Villa, to try to go with the character and to say a little bit more that I think is the job that we do.
Yeah.
As a designer, we need to support the narration, the story, and the character in the best way.
It
And I
definitely
felt
didn't
with
feel it didn't feel like him. It doesn't feel like
yeah,
he chose this. It does feel like a prison to him. It's a great
that's
contrast, and it's such a contrast from his previous, place. It's
I
great.
think yesterday I was talking with her because we have a conversation with Diana, that is the supervisor. And she was saying she's Colombia, but she lives in your country. And she said, I think one of the things that's why people is really enjoying the project, the show, is because to see, for example, that kind of British gentleman in the middle of that exotic
Yes.
country,
Yeah.
and house is very shocking, to see this Hugh Laurie that is the proper British
Yeah.
gentleman, and to see in this house is like, wow, this
Yeah.
is different, this is new, this is very cool.
I think too because it's so big, like you really get a sense of like it is like a prison. It is big. It's beautiful and the arches and the colors and the florals and everything, but it's heavy. It's a heavy structure around him, which really
Yeah.
conveys, I think, a lot when you're watching
And
it.
that's why, and that's it, even I did this strong color in the facade because that yellow is really strong,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
garish, and that's why, because it's like it's not an elegant, cool color, that he will choose. Isn't He will never choose that kind of a strong yellow, because it's not very British, I will say, that color. So
It's
it's more,
it's almost
it's
too
more,
bright. Like it makes you stand out in a sense. I mean,
yeah.
in the purple bougainvillea you have really pops and everything. It's almost too pretty for him or something.
That's the thing. It's too
Yeah.
it's too showing for him. It's
Yeah.
like it's not, I don't want to say showing off, but it's too much for him. So that's
Yeah.
why I choose this is completely intentional. That's
Oh,
why I don't know
great.
if it's working well, but
I
it was
do.
intentional.
I do. And I think too the colors around them when he's walking around really make you feel like you're in a he's in a different place. He's out of his element. It's just not who he is at all. And
That's great. It's nice to hear.
they have him dressed in like linens and like but colorful like a salmon color, I think, at one point, which I was like, that's an odd choice. I thought about
Yeah, but that is the
it.
same. I think
Yeah.
everyone was saying, Oliver, that was the costume designer. It was he was. I bought one. Is I think it's called Guayabera. That is a very Colombian, very traditional Colombian shirt.
Oh,
And I bought several, because are really nice.
like a Tommy
It's like
Bahama, like like their version of Tommy Bahama.
yeah, it's I don't know what is that, but sorry,
Oh,
Bahama, but
Hawaiian shirt. Sorry. Hawaiian,
don't
yeah.
worry. So the thing is very Colombian, very classical thing, guayaberas, and the linen is so nice. It's
Oh.
so artisan, So I bought several one, and he was wearing that, but because he bought it the clothes there, so have has sense in a way.
Right. Right. I mean, you're there, you might as well see what they're wearing. But yeah, the murals, the dark teal that you chose for the bedroom and it's really it is pretty. You made it pretty for him.
Thank you. Thank you.
Um,
Yeah.
and
I think,
again,
I have very lucky to have this amazing talented scenic painter that
yeah,
they understood what I wanted to do, and they did it so good. It
because
was,
they're all hand
I
painted.
was
Yeah.
yeah, the awful thing is they painted after that. They destroyed
Oh,
the whole mural. It was like, oh my
oh,
God. That's
that's
so
really That's
yeah.
really a bummer because they're really pretty. You would think that they would keep that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's not your style, I mean, I get it kind of, but to appreciate the art and effort that went into it, I'd have a real hard time painting over these. like tropical
Yeah,
murals put
in
up.
really high temperature, very, very high
Oh,
temperature.
yeah.
It's really funny because one day I like to cook, and and one day I was so worried about the whole thing working in all part of the house because the house was huge. And I asked to my assistant, like, go to buy eggs and potatoes, and I cook like 3 or 4 big. Do you know what is tortilla española?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Spanish tortilla.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I cooked like 3 or 4
Oh,
Spanish
yum.
tortilla, and at night we ate the whole thing with the crew in the hotel. So
Oh,
there
that's
was
awesome.
very, very nice. It's a small hotel close to a village, and that was really nice.
Wow, that's nice. I mean, and I'm sure very much appreciated for everyone's hard work too, because,
Yeah.
you're asking people to do things because, this is what we need, but it's like the temperature and
Sometimes like
yeah, get some fans. I hope there wasn't bugs. I hope there wasn't, was there a lot of mosquitoes out there? Because
a
you're on the
lot,
water. A lot?
a lot
Oh, I'm out.
around the water, and around all that nature. It was like, and we saw
I'm out.
everything. We saw all kind of
Oh no,
animals that will be
lizards.
even dangerous. Yes.
And then, yes, because then you did like the hostage situation and oh, well, this is the other house, but this is that
Yes,
house.
this house, the other one, if you put the other one, this is
Yeah.
Tenerife, this
Mm,
is Canary Island, and the house, for example, if you, how do you call the front side? It's
porch?
like
Like a
the
porch?
porch.
Yeah.
The porch is a belt,
Oh,
because
you
in
it
a
will extend
in
it.
Spain, normally we don't have this kind of porch, and
Mm.
it's a very Colombian thing. So to try to make it look like Colombia, all these country houses in Colombia have this porch around,
Oh,
and
wow.
with these columns. And it was like a kind of a countryside, small family house from Roxy, and I built this porch to make it look more Colombia,
They're
because this
gross.
is complete. Yeah, this is a completely, and of course, greeneries, green team. That is David Carr. That is the green head of department in Spain. That he's an amazing. He's a British guy living in Spain. He's amazing, and he
Yeah.
did a very good job. And it was really funny because it was the house was of a old couple, very nice old couple from Tenerife, and we rented the house for 3 weeks, and it was completely new. So we
Oh
dirty down
God.
the whole house
Oh
to do
no.
it abandoned. So, but the family was happy to do it, and we production paid for that, and we changed the windows because the window was this kind of
Um,
how do you say in English? Plastic windows that wasn't really
yeah,
right. So we did it
vinyl
on wood to make it look, yeah,
to
to make
age
it
it
look
down.
more Colombian.
It's always funny you take a location, you're like, "Oh yeah, hi, how you doing? How are you? Yo, this is great. Yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks." You come back, you take everything out of their house. You made their house look like it shouldn't look, like
Yeah.
down and dirty.
The good thing about this family has another house because the production offered to go to a hotel, but I said, no, we have another house in the island. We can go to that house.
Oh,
And that
good.
was nice.
Because you don't want them
But it was,
around. You kind of don't
yeah,
even want
no.
them around. I don't want you to see what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah,
Completely.
I hate, that's one of the things I actually really dislike of our job is going into people's houses and taking out everything and they feel bad and you see their dust bunnies and like everything, but okay, you got to do it. Looks great.
It's like it's very strange. People don't believe what we do, and you don't
No,
understand because when you see the show, people don't understand how
no,
we do it, and
no.
that's
I
really
mean, to
funny.
me, I thought maybe this was even a build because
Mm.
of it's a great built. This is a built-in bookcase in their house. That is there. I mean, that's
No,
crazy.
we built it. We
Oh,
built it.
you built it. Okay, I was gonna say
Mhm.
that's a crazy element to have in your house. Oh, it's great. And
Yeah, it's something that I saw
sparsely
in
put in
another
there.
house in Colombia. I saw in another houses in Colombia, and that's why I did it. To try to create that kind. But it was a nice element to create
Yeah.
more layers on the design.
Oh, I love it. And then you go into total grittiness of the of the hostage situation and militia and like weapons and everything. And did you build
That's
this
really
shack?
Yes, we
Yeah.
built the whole thing. We did it in Tenerife as well. It was funny because we recce to do it in Colombia, but it was very to shoot in the jungle is really hard, and you can have all this kind of. I went to do the recce, and I have that, how you say, like small bugs in your body,
Oh
leaks.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Smallpox?
So it was,
No.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it was dangerous. So I went. So it was impossible to go with a crew there and to, with the actor. So we decided that the real jungle wasn't
Yeah.
an option for us. So we decided to do it in Tenerife as well. But it's true that was difficult to find the same vegetation, the forest, and how is it's in how exotic can be in Colombia. So we created as well. So we built all these camp. For example, this we did it. This is the jungle where they received the weapon,
Yeah.
uh, and it's a set.
Wow. That's a lot of
This is a
green.
set.
That's a lot
It's a
of
lot of
green.
green. We did it in the middle of a road that one part of the island give is allowed to use that space, but it was a kind of a road,
Oh wow.
uh, and we created from zero the jungle because it was really funny because, for example, when I remember talking with Diana when I said I'm going to build the whole jungle, and she told me, so the jungle always at night is wet, so do that because even for the DOPs is great,
Oh,
because
but
all
yeah,
the
for him,
vegetation,
it's great. The wet down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we wet down the whole
Yeah.
jungle because it's a way. It's normal how they have that kind of mist on
Oh,
the
wow.
jungle at night, and that's why everything is wet. So yeah, that was another knowledge that, for example, the Colombian team gave me,
Oh,
to
wow.
try to when we were replicating the whole thing in Spain.
That's crazy to build. It's crazy to build a jungle. I mean,
Yes.
and all the vegetation that you have to bring in, even like outside the windows, you have some cargo nets, but like you have to you have to give depth and oh my gosh, it's a
I think
lot.
it's funny because when I grew up in Spain in the 70s and the 80s, and it was all the information that was coming from Colombia. It was the FARC, this guerrilla thing that was very dangerous, and
Yeah.
many people was killed, and all. So when I arrived to Colombia, I had this kind of prejudice about how was Colombia. Colombia have changed so much now.
Really?
It's completely a different country, but the good thing I have all this research from the Colombian team that they helped me to try to reproduce how was these guerrillas in the FARC.
Oh,
So I learned a lot how, uh, because it's many times this kind of camp has been mixed with narcos,
right.
and so it was really interesting how they did it, how they were in the middle of the jungle, completely isolated, living in that environment. And I
Right.
learned many different things to try to make it more real for the story.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's amazing the things that we learn when we do this job, but it's also amazing how people really want to share and give details to us to make it correct. And I'm so appreciative of anyone who will like, oh, just take this and put it in your set, or like, this story once and this and this. It's so great to have that communication with people who lived it or who have hands-on seen it. So valuable to
I,
us.
yeah, I had in Colombia a driver because we did many kilometers driving in that roads
Yeah.
of the country, and I had a driver that he was at that time in fighting from the army, the Colombian army with the FARC, and he told me
Oh,
really, really very
yeah.
stories very dark about how it was to live in that at that times. It was the country was completely very, very. It was very dangerous to live
Oh my
there,
gosh, yeah.
really.
I mean,
Mm.
I'm sure there'll be a Disneyland made there at any time soon. They could turn it around that good. They could probably
Yes.
get a Disneyland over there. Get them over
Completely.
there. Thank you. I mean, you had so many sets this season. Bravo, because I mean, throughout like three different countries, four different countries. I mean, the places you went for this and recreating everything, bravo. It really, and such
Thank you so
character
much.
work, such beautiful, beautiful pieces. So I really applaud the work for this season. It was really,
Yeah, it was me and a cute big team of
yeah,
talented people, how it is always,
yeah,
it's not only
no,
you, and
yeah,
it's a big team working with you and supporting you, and that was very nice. And to have the experience and adventure to learn so much
yeah.
in that different culture. Yeah.
No, it's wonderful. And I don't know if there's a 10 years down the road in season three. I don't know. I don't
Let's
know.
see.
That
They're
ending,
granting.
that ending's pretty sad though. Oh gosh, you know what I don't have in here is I just wanted to ask, I can't believe I don't have it on here. There is a scene with Elizabeth Coleman and I forget the other woman's name, but they're in like a modern library and it's these
Yes,
white light
Olivia Colman.
uh,
Olivia Colman, no?
Olivia Colman, sorry. And
Yeah.
they have those white lights. Is that a
Yes.
location? Did you put those in or was that a location?
That was they changed because the story was very complicated and they wanted to change something in the script, and we decided to do that in a library, but we were in Tenerife, and that was a library need to be in London. So
Right.
so we did some location in Tenerife as it was in London, and that was a library that we found in Tenerife. And yes, that's completely
It's
that's
beautiful.
Spain, is Tenerife as London. And it
Oh,
was really funny
beautiful.
because there are the MI6, the river house. Sometimes it was Barcelona. Most of the interior of
Oh,
the river
wow.
house, the MI6, was Barcelona,
Oh,
no
wow.
London.
I love that.
So
Oh, wow.
yes. Have
Yeah,
you
I
been in
was
Barcelona too?
I love Barcelona. I would go back there
I
in a
love
heartbeat.
Barcelona too.
I love it. Um, yeah, I was thinking about that. Like I mean, it was a lot of, multiples of the lights and everything. So I was thinking that would be hard to get, but who knows? But
No, no, it was there. We didn't touch anything there.
beautiful location.
Yeah, very
And
nice.
then her house, like at the end, is really sad. I'm not gonna
In
say, but
France.
it's
In
in France.
France.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
it's Pyrenees, it's the French Pyrenees. You know that we have the
Yeah.
Pyrenees, Spanish and French. It's in the French side, and it's a location that we found because at the beginning, this house she was living in like in Scotland, not in France. But
Oh,
we decided that would be better France than Scotland, and we did the recce. I did the recce with Juan Botella, that is a location manager, amazing in the north of Spain. And we found this. The mountains are amazing. I
I
love
know.
that image
Oh,
when it's really cool
it's really
location
beautiful.
that we found.
Stunning.
Yeah,
Yes. Well,
it's very sad to lose Olivia
I
in the
know.
show.
Well,
Everyone
who
is like,
knows?
"Oh
We
my
thought we
god."
lost Hugh. So
You
who knows?
never
I don't
know.
know. That's pretty traumatic to do to that child, I must say, if it's a
Yeah,
show.
yeah. It
But
was
yeah.
poor child. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely. But I think when I saw it, you write the script, but it felt to me very epic. And
Yeah.
normally I think now with the shows don't finish so dramatically,
Yeah.
and this show finished in such a kind of dramatic way that I think
Yeah.
it's very powerful.
I
I
didn't
love
see
it.
that coming. I mean, you think about things like, but I didn't see that coming. I was like, oh. Oh, and that poor kid. Is anybody there to take care of this kid in the middle of nowhere? This is just like, oh, uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Good
really
show.
sad. You're
It's a good
right.
show. Thank you so much for giving me this time, and I loved hearing about all
I
of it.
really enjoy Kim. Thank you so much for
Bravo.
to
That's a
to to talk with me.
big job, man. That's a big show. That's a lot. So thank you so much. And
Thank you. Take
very
care, and I
great
hope
to
I'll see
see you.
you.
Yeah, if you ever come to LA,
You
please
know,